So guys, think about where we're going with this. I'm going sub 2, but does this seller understand sub 2? High chance not.
Nope.
So how do I explain this in a way to where he gets it?
Yep.
But guess what my offer is going to be? You guys that understand creative, guess what my offer is going to be?
I'm just really trying to just get out of the payment life. I'm trying to own.
Again, get out of the payment.
Yep. Cash. That's why I'm trying to get.
Yeah. Okay, so let me kind of summarize what he's saying here. I think he wants to buy some land and put an RV on it.
Yeah.
And he needs some cash to buy the land and put an RV on it.
Mm-hmm.
And this is like rural Texas,
Yeah.
where this is at here. I want 260, 265. I owe 210 or 211.
Yeah.
So now I know his principal balance on
Yep.
his loan. And he said, I want to get out of my payment. His payment's $1,500.
Yep.
So I'm going right down sub 2 now.
Yeah.
Okay. So again, now that you understand the strategy, now I can ask the right questions.
Yep.
But you gotta have enough of a foundation to ask the right questions.
Yep.
So I asked him, I said, well, I see you were listed, did a bunch of price drops, then removed it. And so let's hear your response.
We had a buyer coming in at 250.
250?
And then 250, and that just that fell through. And then
Okay.
I never heard from the people I was trying to get to sell the house, so I just said.
No, we both think the same thing when
Okay.
he says that, right? Like,
Okay, so guys, we're gathering information here.
Yep.
What would you do right now? So I'm so curious. I hope you guys are like trying to follow here. If you were in my shoes right now, and he says, we got an offer, we had a buyer for 250, and they fell through.
yeah.
Now, what he goes on to say is, I think,
Is there a way to do like a poll in the live so people what would you do here,
if
right?
not, at least pause and think about it.
Yep.
Like pause right now and think, what would I do with that information? How would that be helpful?
Guys, imagine if you knew the sellers personally or you had insight into their personal circumstance, then a lot of times what we would offer, the way we would approach the conversation would change, right? Because we have more insight. We wouldn't be as surface level in our conversations. But this is why the active listening, and this is why really paying attention makes a big difference, because what it does, if you listen and you ask good questions, is you start to get the insight into their circumstance. And so what I hear when I hear this guy is, one, at the very beginning, he said payment was his thing, right? We both caught that. We both picked up on that. Okay, that's where we're focusing. Well, now he's bringing it up again. So what that tells me is this is a conversation you're having in your life on a daily basis. This is what you talk to your wife or your friends and your family about, okay? Well, now you're saying that, hey, you want to get out of the payment life. You want to go get a piece of land. You want to go put an RV on the piece of land. You don't really care. Okay, well, now I'm getting a profile as to the type of person that I'm dealing with. And this type of person has certain things that are and are not important to them. And so now I can start to tailor what I'm offering to a thing that's something that's important to this person. This guy is not going to be impressed by a nice fancy car or a nice Chanel bag. He doesn't care about stuff like that, right? He wants you to have his problem solved. He wants it to be simple. He wants to be able to go and live his life. And so when you tailor your conversation like that, what happens? He starts to feel understood.
Well, here's the thing. You don't have it with an agent anymore, right?
So I confirm it's not listed because I don't want to be dealing with,
Yeah.
I can't compete if it's listed.
Sure.
I got to talk to the agent, right?
Yeah.
So I ask, is it still listed?
No, it's just.
Okay.
Not knowing you.
Okay, I got an idea for you. This might fit really well with what you're looking to do. Let's say that 250 offer came through. Like, let's just say that they went to closing, right? You would have paid around $25,000 in closing fees because you're going to pay six to an agent, right, to the agent, another couple $1,000s to closing fees and so on, maybe more like $8, but so you probably pay about $20,000. So at 250, you really net 230 and you owe 210, so you would have walked with 20.
You guys see the math? See what I did?
Yep.
I just reversed what he willingly accepted.
Yep.
He accepted 250, which means he's walking with 230, which means he owes 210. So at closing, if that deal would have happened, he'd have walked out of there with 20 grand.
Yeah.
Meaning he's okay to make 20 grand on the deal.
Yep.
What if I just paid you $20,000 at closing? It's what you would have got anyway. But then rather than come up with all the money and a new loan and go to my investors for cash and all that, what if I just took over your payment?
Great, yeah.
20,000 cash at closing.
There you go. This is why it's so important, right? Because when you begin to get You begin to get a feel, right? A sense of what's happening. Now you're solving the problem that they have, not the problem that you think they have, right? And what happens is when you start to address what they have according to their need, they start to feel understood, they start to feel safe, and that's how they want to deal with you and not anybody else.
Guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Do me a favor, in the comments below, let me know what you thought about this video. Let me know what you would like to see from this channel going forward. That being said, in the meantime, take a look at one of these videos around here, and until then, I'll see you in the next one.